This old guy DIY video has to do with fixing a hard to start situation on a 2003 Chevy Suburban with 100,000 miles on it. So a friend of mine got this vehicle about a year ago, and when he bought it, the thing would crank and crank and crank and then finally grab. So of course, as a 50-some-year-old guy who's looking at experience and, oh yeah, I've been through this before, there's no need to do much troubleshooting. It's got to be the starter. So I helped him replace the starter the first month that he had it. That was $140 and the condition persisted. So then we checked the fuel pressure at the fuel rail and it was about 42 PSI. I said, oh yeah, the problem must be the fuel pump. So we replaced the fuel pump. That was another $180 and 3 hours worth of work. It still had the condition. So for the last 3 months, he's been in a situation where when he turns the key to accessory, waits the 6 seconds until the fuel pump is primed and you hear it stop. Then he turns the key back, and then he turns the key immediately to start the vehicle, and it would start right up. So yesterday, although previously when we checked the fuel pressure regulator, there was no issue with fuel in the vacuum line or that type of thing, I bought a new fuel pressure regulator and went to install it. And when I went to install it, I found that the inside small O-ring on the old fuel pressure regulator was cut. And this is the condition I found when I pulled the fuel pressure regulator. You can see that O-ring is cut, and this little chunk fell right out of the spot that it goes into in the engine itself. So there was no evidence of a problem on the outside. With that failed O-ring, I suspect this was the root cause of the problem. Slapped the new one in. Now, after sitting for 12 hours, I'm going to try to start this and see if it'll go. So now it starts like a stud horse in the spring. If I had gone with the simplest and easiest solution first, which would have been a 2-minute job on a $60 fuel pressure regulator, he may not have had to swap out the starter and the fuel pump and gone through that pain in the rear for no improvement. But it looks like the root cause of the issue was that little fuel pressure regulator. And on a GM 5.3 liter with flex fuel, the regulator is right here, and you can see that the port comes off the top of the regulator. That's how you know it's flex fuel. If your port is coming out the side of the regulator, that's a regular gasoline engine. And when I went to do this repair last night, I just opened up the fuse block, and this relay right here that I have the F on is for the fuel pump. So when you pull that out, the vehicle stops. Then I go turn the key off. All the pressure's off the fuel rail. Then it's just a matter of coming in here and first push down on this clip and then pull up on the clip. The clip comes out, the fuel pressure regulator comes off. You pull that little vacuum line off. It's about a 3-minute job to replace that particular component, and it seems to have addressed the root cause of the problem on this vehicle. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you. Have a great day.